How you guys doing? First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to the MH3U fan page on Facebook. It's Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. My name is Quentin. You know me as Burkiden. Now, there was a question. Where are my cards? Is this it? What the hell? Okay, there we go. There was a question regarding the Ceadeed, which is the final level switch axe for Cadius, and the Celestial Demonbind, which is the final level switch axe for Jinmorin. Now, the Ceadeed. Alright, I'm going to show you these numbers. Okay. Let me get them all together though. Where we at? Is this it? There was one more that I had. There it is. Okay. Alright, the first thing you need to know is the damage formula. Okay? You have the attack power times the type of attack times the sharpness times the hit zone divided by the class plus, and this is for element damage, element times sharpness times the element zone divided by 10, which gives you your element damage. Now, as you can see, the KD puts out 1242 regularly and 180 water damage. It has purple sharpness, and when the power file is put into place, that 1242 plus 25% jumps up to 1552, but it still only puts out 180 at water. Now the Celestial Demonbind puts out 1058 and 450 water element, purple sharpness, and when the file is activated, still puts out 1058, but it puts out an increased 562.5 water damage. Now, the type of attack we're going to be using is actually a combo, which is the burst combo. The burst combo puts out 34% in the initial jab, 15% times 6 for the combo that it hits 6 times, and then the final finisher, which does 60%, which gives you 184%, or at least for mathematical, standpoint, 1.84, which is the number we're going to be using, the multiplier. All right. Now we're going to move this up, and we're going to place down the monster. Okay. Now the monster we're attacking is an Agnactor. Agnactor is very susceptible to water damage, so that's why we're using him. Now we're attacking his chest, which takes 50% of the raw damage you put out and 25% of the element damage you put out. Now the Ceadeed puts out that 1552 times 1.84 times 1.44 times 0.5 divided by 4.8. That's the raw damage. That's the burst combo. That's the purple sharpness. That's the chest area. That's your class multiplier. And when you do these calculations, and you can do them yourself and error check me, okay, you come out to 428. You get a decimal, but you drop all decimals. Then you have the element damage, which is 180 times 8, because you hit 8 times, which is the good thing about element damage. And while they're so good on weapons that hit fast like dual blades, you'll put out the entire element damage no matter what attack you do. So you do 180 times 8, okay? Then times 1.2, which is the sharpness because it's purple. Then times 0.25, which is the element damage Agnactor takes on its chest, divided by 10, and you come out with 43.2, but you drop the decimal. You just have 43. When you add those up together, you put out 471 points of damage total for a burst combo at Agnactor's chest. Now we have the Celestial Demonbind, which puts out 1058 times 1.84 times the purple sharpness times the chest divided by 4.8, and you get 292 points of damage. Then you have the element. When that powerful activation putting out 562, the 0.5 doesn't count though. We're going to get rid of that, okay? 562 times 8, because you hit 8 times. Then you multiply that by 1.2, because that's the sharpness. Then you times it by the chest, 0.25 element-wise. Then you divide it by 10, and you get 134. And you get a decimal, but you cut the decimal down. And when you add these two together, you come out with a grand total of 426 on a burst combo. The exact same combo. Now, KD puts out 471. The Celestial Demonbind puts out 426. Now, we're going to find out just how much superior the Ceadeed is to the Celestial Demonbind. An exact percentage. All right, we take these numbers. You have 471 and 426. If you divide 471 by 426, you come up to 1.105. You multiply that times 100, you get 110.5, but I dropped the decimal, okay? Which makes the Ceadeed 110% greater than the Celestial Demonbind. Now keep in mind that's only a 10% difference, so the Ceadeed is 10% stronger than the Celestial Demonbind when there's an elemental monster that they're both weak to. Keep that in mind. If you're fighting something that's not particularly weak to water, then the Ceadeed is much stronger than the Celestial Demonbind because it's still putting out 1,500 attack points versus the Celestial Demonbind's 1,052. Alright? Now, I'm not going to do the math on that. Well, okay, I will. Well, okay, no, I'm not going to specifically do it because we can just, 1,500 and then 1,052. That would make the Ceadeed 30% better than the Celestial Demonbind when you're fighting something that's not weak to water. And that is your Monster Hunter math for the day. This goes out to Johannes, okay, Johannes and Jeffrey of the MH3U fan page, and anybody else who wanted to know.